So I went to Florida, and I got to spend a couple of days with my ex, and then I went to St. Augustine, and I got to spend a couple of days visiting with an old Army buddy of mine. Kim and I were stationed together at Hahn Air Base some years back. Things have not gone as well for him as I would have liked. Kim and I were extremely close while we were stationed there, and it always hurts when you see that things haven't worked out for people that you care about. But I got to spend a couple of days with him, and when I went to see him, he had let his hair grow out. He was kind of doing the old hippie thing. And so I saw him in December. I actually saw him for the first time in years in December, and he had the long hair. And then when I got ready to come this time, he said, well, I'm going to meet you with bells on. And he wasn't lying. He showed up, and he had these little bells tied to his sneaker laces. So, and he came walking up, and I'm like, what's that noise? And he's like, doing this. And so he said, I told you I'd meet you with bells on, darling. And so he did. And he said, well, what would you, I said, what do you want to do today? And he said, well, first thing, he says, we're going to go and I'm going to get a haircut. Oh, be still my beating heart. I said, why? And he says, because I know you like me to have my hair shorter. He says, and I love you. He says, well, we're going to go get my haircut. Okay. So we went, and he's in the chair, and I'm sitting watching, and the barber, the lady, she says, well, she's looking at him, she says, how do you want your hair? He says, ask her. He says, I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for her. I said, well, give him a man's cut, give him a regular cut. He looked so much better, he really did. And he appreciated it, because it's not cool in St. Augustine in the summertime either.